Biggest Loser together. Hey guys, you can't see us, but we can see you.
Creepy.
What is that? Sorry guys, this is my first podcast.
Don't forget to
Here's
hit
Sarah.
that thumbs up.
Here's Grimace. Here's me. And who's our fourth? He's
Mary.
back. So, fun fact for everybody listening at home: I did have a dream that I couldn't make the show, so and neither could Nick or Sarah. So, Scott had Mary come back. It's really strange.
That would be a good punishment for you all.
Yeah, we'd start our own podcast. Call it like something like Parents something or something.
What's up, everybody? How
let's
you
see.
doing?
We'll call it Girl Dads.
There we go.
I love that. The Girl Dads
Dads.
podcast. I love
Girl
it.
Dads and Bonus Mom.
Yes. Don't forget, guys, to hit that thumbs up, please. It really helps us out. There's 10 people watching, so I should see 10 thumbs up. I see 5 right now. So
Wow.
5 of you are- What?
That's just messed up.
I know. I know.
I'm sending you this logo and I hate it, Scott. Just to let you know.
I mean,
there's
I'm 9
there's
of
so
the
much
people
blank
watching.
space. Yeah. But again, it's a rough copy. But there's just so much blank space. I'll figure it out. Hey, everybody.
You know what was blank space? Taylor Swift's hit
Oh,
song.
that is true. Maybe that's a good thing then, huh?
Yeah. I thought it was called the Starbucks song. I thought it was called
I
Starbucks Lover.
still call it the Starbucks lover.
Like, I'll write your name. I thought it
Oh,
was
that
like,
makes a lot of sense.
right.
Yeah.
I was gonna make fun of you, but that actually makes way more
It's
sense.
brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Good marketing.
Yep.
Man.
How's it going, everybody? We've got a really,
Hello.
really fun show for y'all tonight.
Are you Remy now? By the way.
But the thing is,
That was
is
really
Remy
funny,
says that, but the topics that we have are really good tonight.
Maybe that's why he says it. Now we understand.
But does he have any topics planned? I don't know.
He does. He has recurring
Theme park
segments.
topics.
He does.
You know what? Let's give credit to where credit is due. Remy has recurring original segments.
Very original.
He
Very
does.
original.
Yeah.
All right. Are you guys ready?
Besides the copyrighted theme song, apparently.
Besides the copyrighted theme
Apparently.
songs, yes.
We love you, Remy.
We do love you, Remy.
I watched most of your thing last night. I did fall asleep and had a terrible nightmare though, so I'm gonna have to talk to you about that. Talk a little softer next week or something. I don't know.
Yeah, do you like because when if I start falling asleep and I'm watching a movie, I can see that movie in my head. Or I
Yeah, it
can,
happened to me.
like,
It happened to me the other night. It was really
So
bad.
do you have dreams of Remy?
It was actually what do we call him on this show? The Sophisticated Gentleman. He was there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It was. Oh, you know what? Though it was a 9/11 nightmare. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding.
Because you were listening to Remy's.
I woke up.
9/11
I woke
episode?
up, and it was not the 9/11 episode, but it was the furiously apologetic episode where he apologized about the 9/11.
Oh, with the sandwich.
Yeah, I woke up and I'm like, why did I just have a nightmare about 9/11? Like I was at ground zero.
That was Sandwich Gate.
Yeah,
Did
I
you
was
make
at
a,
ground zero.
did you make a sandwich out?
Yeah, I wish that would have been great. But no, it was just 9/11, no sandwich, unfortunately. I just
Okay.
got the 9/11 part of the episode of my nightmare. What else happened? Oh, and then Emily confessed to me that she smoked e-cigarettes in that nightmare.
She does.
I got so pissed at her in my nightmare again. I do want to read her that. I was like, "You're breastfeeding. Why are you doing that?" Then I woke up and I woke her up. I was like, "Are you smoking e-cigarettes?"
That's so funny. It was a 3-way nightmare. That's funny. All right, you guys ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. Like the guy said, we are the No New Friends podcast. We're streaming everywhere, including live every single Wednesday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the YouTube. We also go to the parks almost every single Wednesday on the TikTok, so make sure you follow us there. Just check out our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. All of our links are there, and you can join our clubhouse. Become a friend with benefits. Get all sorts of exclusive content, really cool prizes. It's a good time, and it's as low as $2 a month. Also, check out our really sweet merch before we change our name. Get that No New Friends podcast stuff now before the name change. What? We'll tell you more about that later. We've got a huge show tonight for you tonight. Wow. We've got a huge show for you tonight. Chris had his first solo night with the baby. Nick has a new occupation, plus the return of an old segment. My name is Scott. I'm the host. With me, as always, the scumbag reselling hoarder himself, Chris.
gubernatorial.
The Jewish American princess, Sarah.
Hello.
Our emotional support gay, Nick.
It's a me. I'm a back.
And our producer, Alex. What's going on, guys? It's so good to see you. I'm so... Wednesday is the highlight of my week.
Well, it wasn't the last 2 weeks because I missed. I'm sorry.
It
That's
wasn't.
true.
I
That's
almost
bad.
canceled the whole podcast. It almost just
You
ended.
should have.
I should have. I
I'm a
should have
national
been-
treasure. I was on a Carnival cruise and thought I was gonna die, but
Oh.
I made it.
You did make it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got like the norovirus or whatever.
I got something afterwards. I mean, I get sick after every cruise. It's not just Carnival, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But I literally threw up and lost 5 pounds, so I'm skinny now.
Probably a semen
Good for
consumption.
you.
Yeah, it could have been all the semen.
Oh. So, is that like because you get used to the rocking back and forth? So then when you're on like dry land, not moving land, you
I had sea legs a little bit. It wasn't as awful. I've had worse. I've had worse, but I think a lot of people on our cruise we found out got some sort of bug, and everybody had something different. I usually just get a simple little common cold that turned into 3 days later me projectile vomiting. So
oh god.
that was
Well,
fun.
I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, it was. So that's why I missed last week, unfortunately.
Well, speaking of projectile vomiting, Chris, you had a solo day with your daughter this week.
My wife and I had a solo day without my daughter.
Wait, I thought that she was going to the shore and leaving you alone with the kid.
She doesn't trust him that much.
Oh yeah, I had my mom come over for that. That wasn't. Yeah, that was not the story.
Okay, I will cross that
Oh
one
yeah,
off the list.
yeah. As soon as I said, "Hey, let's talk about that next week," I was like, "I gotta have someone over here." So I called up. Actually, it was my sister and my mom, just in case one got sick or something.
It's really funny. I was, when I was editing the episode, when I say I was editing, when I was
Yeah.
listening to it, I was like, oh, I can't wait to talk about this solo day.
Yeah, no, it wasn't eventful. Sorry, but I did have an eventful mom and dad night out
Okay.
without the baby for
so
the first time for a prolonged period of time.
How was Emily? Because I know that is
A
always
wreck.
nerve-wracking on the
A wreck.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm proud of her. She did a great job. I'm proud of
That
myself.
changes, by the way. That changes.
Being proud
in
of her?
About a year. Like you can't wait. to get
Oh,
away
you
from
can't,
your damn kid.
you can't wait. Yeah, no, it was. So again, I think I
That
talked
and
about this,
alcoholism.
and well, that's already started. I think I've talked about this before. I got that Kermit Klingon that goes onto the window. That I talk about that on this podcast because my daughter loves the Muppets.
No.
That's the only thing that makes her stop crying. We have no idea why, but it's the Muppet Show theme song and the
I
sight
do
of
know
Kermit the
that,
Frog,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I found a Kermit window Klingon at Target, and I was like, "Oh, I'll buy this. Is probably
Can
$5,
she
$6
see
bucks."
yet?
Yeah, oh yeah, she's very good. She has very good sight. She's advancing at an alarmingly quick level. She's rolling over already. It's not. Yeah, I'm. Like it's really exciting. I'm really proud of her, but at the same time, it's like, wow, that means she'll be crawling sooner. That means she'll be walking sooner. That means I'm
Have you
gonna
done a DNA test yet?
have to. That's why I'm like, hey, pump the brakes. You don't have the strongest of tendons, so But she has now, since she does have our genetics, the cool thing is she is growing at a fast rate. She will be done growing in about 3 or 4 months, so she will be, which is really exciting.
It's gonna save on clothes shopping because she'll have already grown or like that's the size that she's gonna be.
Very
you
excited
don't
about that,
Worry
yep.
about growing out of things.
We'll be able to share clothes in about 2 years. So,
She gonna wear some of the circus tents? I don't know. that she's gonna fit
oh
in.
wow. Well, we'll talk about that next week. Write that one down.
Okay.
We'll talk about my Biggest Loser challenge. Anyway, so first night out, Emily's friend got married on Sunday. Props to them for getting married on a Sunday. I know it's a lot cheaper on Sundays, so shout out to them.
Yeah. Sundays, Fridays, and Thursdays, cheapest days of the week.
So we went, it was about a half hour away, felt like 6 hours being away from the baby. So why I'm talking about this Kermit the Frog window Klingon is I have it, Nick, we have the same car. So do you have a glass roof?
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
extra spot for suction cup thing. So I have Kermit the Frog suction cupped on the roof so she can see it from her car seat. So she actually looks at
That makes
Kermit
sense.
while we're driving, right? So it's cute. What's not cute is when I'm driving without her and I look in my rearview mirror and I see the Kermit there and I
There's
just
a face just looking over.
I just get instantly just so upset, just so sad. So,
Oh my God.
sorry, I actually love my child, Scott. It's
Okay.
So
You'll grow out of that.
we're I'm enjoying it while it lasts. So we go to the wedding, and we get there, and the whole breastfeeding situation was schedule, I should say, was thrown off because the baby didn't want to eat when Emily wanted her to eat, yada yada yada. So we get there, and we go to the ceremony, which was outside in August. Thank goodness there was an awning, like a tent we were under, because there was a thunderstorm.
Oh my
So
God. Okay,
during
Sarah, could you imagine an outdoor wedding in Florida and it's like, oh, thank God we have the tent? Like that would be. Have you ever been to an August outside wedding under a tent?
No, but mine was mid-August.
Stop.
It was August 18th. That's when we got married on a Wednesday, and it was cheap, by the way.
I wouldn't
Where?
think so.
You,
They probably
it couldn't
paid
have
you to
been
get married
outside.
on a Wednesday.
Were you in?
No, we actually got married at the fort in St. Augustine.
Outside.
Yeah.
Oh my
What's
god.
wrong with
He's
the two
Puerto
of you?
Rican.
Oh, he's from the island.
Yeah. So this
Okay.
is
Yeah.
nothing.
Well, we wanted to get married in Puerto Rico, but since we couldn't, we decided to go to the next closest thing. So
Wait, why couldn't you get married in Puerto Rico?
it was like still COVID down there.
COVID is a thing, Scott, where people die.
Yeah, we forgot all about it and got married, but they were still concerned.
I forgot that you guys are like essentially newlyweds. Although I say that, I got
Yeah.
married in 2019, so like I'm not that far ahead of you.
We've got 11 days until
I've
our
been married the
3-year
longest
anniversary.
year.
Yeah,
11 days. Do you have anything planned?
I'm gonna start thinking now.
Well, besides
Moving,
the blowjob, but what?
oh
what
my
else?
god.
not
that's-
sure yet.
That's one of those days. There's a couple days in a relation, well, in a marriage.
For you,
that-
Scott.
Yeah, I was gonna say. That
Sorry.
Scott's like, yeah, it's just one of those days I mark on my calendar. That's one day that I get to see my wife's boobs.
Well, okay, my chances increase slightly on those days.
a
Okay,
win
it's
for
not
you.
a guarantee. It's anyway.
All right, calm down, Grimace. So we get to the wedding, we do the ceremony, then I love sorry. I love cocktail hour.
Oh.
Sorry, I had something in my throat. Cocktail hour. My throat's still recovering from cocktail hour.
Are you cheating on me again?
So, so we go to cocktail hour, and they get the waiters and the waitresses carrying around those plates. I'm a sucker for anything that's on those plates because I feel like I'm a king, right? People bringing up food to me. I don't have to stand in line or anything. So I'm actually standing in line for this charcuterie board, and they're coming up to me with all this other stuff. I don't even know what I ate because the font was so small. I just didn't even read it, and I was so hungry. I just like, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take this. I'll take that. And I was really excited for this charcuterie board. And then Em looks at her watch. She's like, she wasn't wearing a watch. That was she was looking at her phone. No one wears watches anymore. She looked at her phone and she was like, Chris, I hate to tell you this, but I got to go pump. Like we gotta go to the car. And I was
You're like, have fun.
I did. So this wedding, if the wedding was someone that I knew, I never met this person. I didn't know anybody there. So I was by myself. So that being said, I was like, yeah, I'll be there after I get this charcuterie board. And she can't even, and I'm terrified of the meat because I got this like, E. coli going around with the lunch meat. You guys didn't. Someone died from New Jersey from that. So I was boycotting lunch meat, but I did just have 3 gin and tonics. Like I'll take my chances.
Yeah, that's
Charcuterie
not
board
a
looks
real
pretty
thing.
good.
That's just Big Dairy wanting you to transition to cheese.
I haven't let Emily live this down yet. The whole wedding, I was like, I wonder how that cheese tasted on that charcuterie board. That looks pretty damn good. That cheese looked great. And so we pumped in the car. She pumped. I sat on my phone for about half hour. We get back right before the ceremony.
Why did she
The
need
reception
you?
started.
Wait, why did she need you in the car with her to pump?
Oh, it's a manual one. I have to pump it. It's like a bike pump.
Wait, what?
We can't afford
you-
the electric one.
So are you just going up to her in the car and
Yeah,
just,
just
like
like-
No.
honk,
It's
honk,
very.
over and
It's
over?
no. It's a actual thing, and you hook it up, and then you use like if you're blowing up a balloon, not with your mouth, but if you're blowing up a balloon like with the pump or like a tire, like
Who
if you're
blows up a balloon with a pump?
I do. The pump is right behind me.
Don't move your chair.
I'm not blowing that. You got 40 balloons. You're using a pump. I'm not using my mouth. I'm not a veteran. Nick would be
She
like
has-
40, but me,
She
I
has
can't.
40 bottles of milk coming out.
No,
of
no,
her
I'm talking about
boobies?
balloons. I'm talking about balloons.
Oh,
But like
balloons.
for a half hour, I can't suck for a half hour. That takes some.
Well,
Wait,
That takes some.
so you have to suck out the milk now?
No, I can't. That's why I have to pump. Okay,
so
that's why I have to
confused.
pump.
so you've got the teat in one hand, the phone in the
No,
other.
no, I use 2 hands on the pump. It's a big thing. It's like if you look up a bike pump. Look up a bike pump. It's got handle, and it looks like the old TNT
I
in
have
Looney Tunes.
liter- Okay. No, in all seriousness,
Yeah.
I have never, ever heard of a pump,
Yeah.
a breast pump, that the pump is so big that
Yeah.
the father has to. Pump.
No, I was like, well, I'm not gonna make her do it. She has everything else. It's $20 on Amazon.
it's a hand
Was this from
pump. She can.
Temu?
Just,
Yeah.
I tried when it broke. No, it's not that easy. It's more efficient if the partner does it because I'm stronger. Okay,
okay.
I'm stronger than that boxer that won the gold in the Olympics, Scott.
Oh my god.
So look, I go out. I gotta take my suit jacket off. I gotta roll
To
my
all of our
sleeves.
liberal listeners, we know the truth. She was a woman. Continue.
So I have to help. Look it up. It's like $20 on Amazon. An electric one's like 300. So I saved a lot of
free
money.
with your insurance. Maddie says it's free with your electric one. Free with your insurance.
You have to look into that. So anyway,
Know that until just now.
she's probably gonna be like, yeah, I knew that. I just wanted to watch you pump this out. So anyway,
Yeah, she's like, do something, you lazy asshole.
so after I got done pumping, we we go back in, and I hate to make fun of this wedding, but it's what I do. This was
I mean, that's what you do at every wedding, though. You have to judge it.
this was
so.
this was such a beautiful wedding. It was on a farm. They slayed the chicken like right before we ate. I'm pretty sure it was just
What?
it was so. I'm pretty sure.
They just
Wait.
broke the neck.
So it's on a farm.
Positive.
Why didn't you use the cow milkers? Wouldn't that work better?
Like, yes.
Why are you using a hand pump
a really
when
good
you're at a
point.
farm?
Things are.
That's a really good point.
I'm picturing this wedding. Instead of doing the chicken dance,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
doing like the chicken murder.
Yeah,
to-
no, that
to-
was before because it was for dinner. So it was before.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do
okay.
a pre-party for the party. So they're okay. So let me try to think where I'm at.
Beautiful wedding.
beautiful wedding on a farm.
Slayed the
Oh.
chicken.
The DJ is the person that introduces the bridal party.
Typically, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So he's introducing the bridal party. No surprise there. He introduces the bride and groom, and they're dancing. And it's like, how long does the song go on for? 45 seconds, a minute, and then they go into the first dance. He has this song playing where it's like saying something like "baddest bitch in the club" or something. Like it got into some very suggestive lyrics, and the bride and groom are like awkwardly dancing after 30 seconds because there's only so many moves a white couple can do. Like there's not many more. So they look up at the DJ and they're like giving like a thumbs up, like, hey, we're good. And I look over and he's just looking down on his laptop and he was not paying attention. So the full song played for 3 minutes. And
That's
they
a
were
rookie move.
They were
Rookie move.
four.
See, on your
Well,
second
okay.
wedding, you
Well,
coordinate with the DJ. You give them the lit. Like,
Yeah,
like
yep,
everything for
I
my
agree.
wedding was very
yeah,
choreographed.
I totally agree, Scott. And we'll get to that. So then, oh, this is so bad. The first dance play is beautiful. The the daughter father dance goes beautiful. I'm sorry, I'm getting all these genders mixed up. The son mother dance was the last of the couple dance to go, and the first couple.
Nick, you just said it funny. The groom and
Groom?
mother of the groom.
Oh, there we go. There we
You
go.
called it the
What?
son mom. Like, what is that?
Yeah,
What?
the groom mother, the
Was
groom
this
and
a
his
Star
mom.
Wars themed wedding with the,
What?
the
Yeah.
son mother.
I got it.
Are we in
Mother-in-law.
Kentucky?
So the guy
Is it-
that got married, the groom, and then his mother danced, and the first couple notes hit me, and we look at each other like, this is such a cool song. It was "You Got a Friend in Me" by Randy Newman. I was like, that is so cool. Then 10 seconds later, the beat drops, and it's a dubstep version of the song. I was like,
Oh, that's
what
cool.
is? No, it was not.
That's terrible.
And it was the weirdest thing. I recorded on my phone on a voice memo.
The mom and son are now grinding to.
They started making out. So the hors d'oeuvre people started passing out Molly. It was crazy. So
Oh,
so that finished. I was like, okay, that was strange. Then the maid of honor does a speech, and the best man does a speech, and no one gave a toast. So the DJ gets on the microphone and he goes, "Well, the best man's supposed to do this, but I guess I'll oppose a toast."
Oh
He
my
said
God.
he said he would
What?
oppose a toast.
Oppose a toast.
Oppose
I
a
don't even know what
toast.
that means.
And then he started going, it was a very religious toast. And then everybody drank the champagne. Then the next person to give a speech grabbed the microphone and said, "Oh, we have two more."
Oh my God.
It was so awkward. It was so awkward.
That's weird.
And then I overhear someone who knows the couple say, "Yeah, the DJ that was supposed to do this died last week."
oh,
Oh my God.
It's like that explains a lot.
So much. Was it Steve Joyner?
A lot. So just a couple more things here. We were sitting next to a person that came alone, and this person that came alone to the wedding kept trying to talk to Emily and I. It's like, that's not our job. Like we don't know anybody here. We are background characters. I most of the conversation I had with Emily was just me mouthing things, laughing, pretending like I was laughing, like I was an extra in a movie, because that was my role. I was not the main character that day. All I had to do was blend in.
Was it
and
assigned
eat.
seating and you were in the very back corner?
It was. We were
behind?
right next to the speakers, and we were right next
You
to
were
the bar.
People that they had to invite, but they were hoping didn't
Exactly.
show up.
We were right
Okay.
next to the bar. I'm like, this is so cool. And then when the line formed right behind us, like, this is not so cool anymore. This girl kept trying to talk to us, and I'm like that's not our job. Like listen, bring a +1 or don't talk. Just sit there quietly. Like you do not try to talk to us over this speaker. Like that, you just. First of all,
that's the
I don't know
worst.
you.
Like they're so unaware too.
Oh,
Because
so
they think
unaware.
that you hear they're talking at the normal volume.
Yeah.
And there's a speaker, and I can only say what like 2 times. By the 3rd time, I'll just react.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Pretend. I still
You're
have
like,
no
"Yeah,
idea what they're saying.
Yeah, and when I reacted that way, Scott, like oh wow, that's crazy. It was unfortunately when she said the DJ was my uncle. So it was just oh yeah,
Oh no.
yeah. So it was just all around, just good vibes. But anyway, and not the one that was living, the one that died last week. So anyway,
Right,
yeah, just to clarify that for our listeners at home. Lastly, when I wasn't pretending to say things and nod my head and say that's crazy about someone just telling me that their uncle just died last week who was supposed to DJ the wedding, the 99% of the time we were just looking at pictures of the baby on our phone. We were just looking at pictures and then asking my mom for pictures because she was babysitting, just asking her for pictures. And then we left right after. We ate and left. We ate and ran. Irish goodbye, and then just sped home and then just to see the baby, who cried the
Was
whole
it an
night. It was
open-
not
open
worth it.
bar?
Yeah,
Open bar?
I drove. I was
Please-
so drunk driving
Please
home.
tell me you got him a really crappy present.
I'm kidding. I don't know. I let Emily do that, so probably. Just kidding. I love you, Em. She's very far behind on the podcast. She won't hear this for another 2 months, so I got 2 months to be able to make an excuse. But that was our night out. Our night out was really nice. It was really nice because the food was great.
Nice little parents' night out.
A really nice parents' night out. Made for some really great memories. We'll never get to know what that charcuterie board tasted like, but that's besides the point. I will send the voice memo of the dubstep "You Got a Friend in Me" to the Discord as we speak. So if you want to hear that, join our free Discord. Go to nonewfriendspodcast.com and join our Discord.
But wait until the episode's over.
Wait until the episode's out. Whoa. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. A lot there. I'm glad you had a good time.
Ish, yeah,
yeah,
for sure,
yeah.
ish, yep.
But speaking of a good time, Chris, you wanted to bring something back real quick, right?
Yeah, that DJ that died last week.
Wow.
I mean, that would have been...
All right. So here it is, an old segment that we're bringing back this week.
This is Strange News with with Chris Young. I don't know if you guys live under a rock or not. Wait, do I talk during the
Yeah,
the
it's
music?
3 minutes long.
Oh, perfect. This week, oh, that was really loud. This week in Strange News. All right, so you got to turn that down like just a little bit. Just have to turn it down like a little bit. There we go. I can't even hear myself think. This week in Strange News. Can everyone hear? Comment if you can't hear me. No, this is perfect now. This is perfect now. So I saw something on Twitter the other day. I was like, we have to talk about this. Let's bring back strange news. Gonna take you back 10 years ago. 10 years ago, the year was 2014. 24 minus 10 is 14, Scott.
Great, thank you.
A dead bear cub was found in Central Park.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm no biological, like, zoo, like, marine biologist, but bears aren't native to New York City. All right?
Okay,
Maybe in Central Park?
No. Central Park's mostly, like,
Upstate.
just rapists
Upstate.
and...
They have polar bears in upstate New York, right?
I think that adds up. Yeah. So, 2014, dead bear found in Central Park, looks to appear to be hit by a bicyclist. A bike was at the scene, and they ditched the bike. They ran. Dead bear. Fast forward
Clues.
10 more years.
2024.
Presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy puts out a Twitter video with none other than Roseanne Barr and tells a crazy story that happened in the same year that this dead bear was found dead in Central Park. If you're picking up what I'm laying down here, Scott, picture this. If you don't, just picture this. It's 2014, Central Park, New York City. Bear cub shows up dead in the bushes with a bicycle on top of it. Cue citywide confusion. Why is this bear here? Fast
does the bear
forward.
get into Central Park?
How did it get there? Fast forward to 2024. Robert F. Kennedy decides to clear the air. In a video with none other than Roseanne Barr, he let us know that he was the mastermind behind this dead bear in Central Park.
What?
Now, apparently, he picked up this bear after it was hit by a car during a falconing trip. Now, first of all, a lot to unpack there. I guess when you're falconing, that's hunting for falcons.
Aren't they a protected species? You can't
I think
hunt for falcons.
there's a lot of illegal activities going on here, Scott. Instead of, calling animal control after seeing this dead bear, he thought, let me put this in my trunk because I have a license to be able to do this, apparently. He was going to skin it and eat it, which is kind of weird to eat a bear. But anyway, I'm sorry, Nick.
Don't judge.
He goes and he plants this dead bear in Central Park next to an old bike of his because during the time there was a lot of bike accidents in Central Park in New York City, and not like people fall off. People died like biking. Like there was a lot of deaths, so he thought, oh, this would be really funny. As you might guess, the story blew up. But Kennedy, what did he do? Back in 2014, he just watched it all unfold on TV. And he mentioned during this Roseanne Barr video that his friends were tipsy during the time that he had this bear, and while they were tipsy, said, you should do this, it would be really funny. Because nothing says sober decision-making like a dead bear prank, right? So now he's running for president, so he figured he would come clean about this dead bear story. Now, if you want to see the greatest picture ever, if you search RFK Bear, you will find a picture of him with the dead bear in his trunk with his hand in the bear's mouth, acting like it's biting him, but it's super dead. Like you can see its intestine through its armpit. Like it's very, very dead. And I will not put that in the Discord, but I probably will anyway. But you could just Google that. So the fact that that somebody did this was insane. But the fact that it was a presidential candidate, and it's not like he was like 18 years old. Like this was 10 years ago. He was in his 50s.
Yeah.
So anyway, long story short, I'm voting for the guy now. I don't give a shit what his policies are. If he thought that was a good idea, he's got my vote. I think the decision to put a dead bear as a prank in Central Park could be more sound than any political decision I've heard in the last 10 years. So RFK,
Okay.
officially endorsed by the No New Friends podcast.
Well, one fourth.
By one.
He'll be great for content.
He will be great for content. Our resident redneck, by the way, says falconing is hunting with falcons, not hunting for falcons.
What are you hunting for, mice?
Fish, maybe. I don't know. Mice.
What do you tell the falcon like what?
No idea.
Was this a fever dream? Was this even real?
I'm lost.
Alex, when you're editing this, don't put the music in. I'll put it in. Yeah, okay. Crazy story, Chris. There's other crazy stories out there. Strange news, if you will, but coming out of the Olympics. Okay. Sarah, you have had the memes. First of all, the memes are just on point. The Facebook and Instagram are focusing on all the right things. All of these stories. Like, did you see the French Olympic pole vaulter? Who? No. Nick.
He
you
brought
saw
his
the pole vault.
he brought his pole vault.
Yeah. So this guy gets eliminated because his gigantic pole knocks over the bar. No lie, look it up on the YouTube.
Should have tucked.
Should have tucked.
Should have thought.
I think he did tuck, and that was still what was left over because there was when he like turned around, there was something protruding out the backside. But this guy's got a massive schlong, Sarah,
Yes.
and
But
his massive
maybe he needed a butt plug just to make sure he keeps any farts in.
maybe oh.
Do you think he was just so overcrowded in that region, if you will, because Grinder was
Grinder was blowing
banned
up.
in Paris?
Yeah.
So maybe he, hasn't been relieved in a few days or weeks, and maybe we just uncovered it.
Makes
He's
a
been
lot
watching
of
all
sense,
those.
Chris.
He's been watching all those divers, just like I have with my pants off, and it just maybe he was just excited about putting.
But
his
that's the
pole over
thing.
there.
He wasn't excited. He was just massive.
What country was he from?
France.
Scott, that's just a normal. A normal person with 2 testicles. that's just what we all look like, Scott.
So we have the well-endowed pole vaulter. Then this Turkish shooter.
The best.
Yeah.
The best.
Pretty much looked like Chris Yob in 20 years.
Yeah. You know why he did that, right? You know why he did all that, right?
Yeah, he got into like a heated argument with his wife and learned how to shoot.
No. I mean, like, you know why he purposely came in second. They didn't want to be uncovered that he was a Turkish hitman. Like, he was definitely an assassin.
Gotcha.
He's like, I'm not going to show these people up. But no, Scott, if if anybody at home does not know what we're talking about, you have to look up Turkish shooter. I think it's probably going to be a lot. Turkish Olympic shooter.
Yeah, Turkish Olympic shooter.
They have like a military coup every week in that country. Anyway, Turkish Olympic shooter, and if you look up the event, these people look like they're like living in the year like 2050 with the fancy glasses.
Yeah,
and like it looks like they're decked out in this like Matrix type gear.
Right.
This guy just comes up. Wasn't his hand in his pocket?
Well, his hand was just in his pocket.
One hand in my pocket.
It's the picture of the Olympics. There will be nothing better than that.
Correct. Or the U.S. gymnast that just sits on the bench and sleeps the whole time until it's his time to hit the pommel horse, takes off his glasses, does the pommel horse, wins gold, goes back to sleep.
That's like me when I have to work like once every 2 weeks. I relate to that guy.
You're just the hero at work, and you do so well that you're just like,
That is
"I got
me.
this."
The Chris Yob of the Olympics.
Yeah, I get a call. It's like, you need to pick up some tires today. I'm like, oh, time to go to work.
Yeah. Then this is one of the funniest ones. So, have you heard of Luana Alonso?
No, I have not. Is that a director of a movie? Is that a movie director?
It sounds like a
Right?
producer for Marvel, but it is
Yeah.
not. It is not. Sarah, do you know who Luana Alonso is?
No, I'm getting all my Olympics information from you guys. I haven't seen anything else.
Nick, any idea?
It sounds like a drag name, but
Ooh,
So
trademark that.
Luana Alonso is a swimmer from Paraguay, whatever. She doesn't qualify. She comes in like 5th in her heat, and so she's done. Her Olympics are over, and a lot of times the Olympic athletes will stay around to cheer on their country. Okay, she gets told no. By the Paraguay Olympic Committee, you need to go home. She has to
Why?
go home because she's basically too hot and are distracting the other athletes and are creating an inappropriate environment. She's not doing anything except for being hot. But these swimmers, they have to be sleek and aerodynamic. You can't swim with a hard on going through the
You're right.
yeah.
Here's an exact quote from the Paraguayan Olympic Committee. Her presence is creating an inappropriate atmosphere within Team Paraguay.
Yeah. Crazy Olympic stories.
Yeah,
For-
you know what? You guys, if you guys are married, you guys should definitely not Google this woman. Very unattractive.
Well, for science, for context, you should probably Google her and then delete the search history.
She's got the Olympic tattoo and everything.
or my husband Tom Daly. He's amazing. I love him.
The last one is the Chinese Americans winning in ping pong. So like the winners of the ping pong gold medal are like they're Asian, but they won for the United States.
But they're
Yeah.
United States.
Yeah. So American
That makes
Asian.
sense now.
Yeah.
So basically, you're just trying to say racist things. There.
Yeah, like Scott's like, yeah, if you're Chinese, born in
You're good
America,
at ping pong.
I don't
If you're
care.
Chinese, you're good at ping pong.
Scott's like, how are these guys allowed to play for Team USA? These guys are Chinese.
Oh boy. All right, guys, I have a little surprise for you. None of
Really?
you know about this. Yeah, none of you know about
Oh,
this.
Oh.
That's not even kayfabe. Like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, this is not a bit. I've got a little surprise for you. Here you go.
Hey guys, it's Abby. Remember me? It's been a minute. Clearly, both my dad and brother are lazy AF. So, I guess I'm gonna have to write my own segments. So, my dad brought me to see Deadpool and Wolverine. I thought only Mary had questionable parenting decisions with movies. If you don't get that reference, Mary used to be a host on this show. She let her young kids watch Pet Sematary, It, Debbie Does Dallas, and other questionable films. Hey, Dad, why did Deadpool want to sit on Pinocchio? I have so many questions. Also, did my dad really go to Disneyland with my brother and not take me? Bro. Ooh, that was a bad bro. Bro. Darren has not spoken to him in like 2 years. So... And now he comes back and is like, Marvel effing Jesus. Meanwhile, I record these stupid segments, wake up, feed the dogs, take out the trash, put away the dishes, and mow the lawn. All he did was ruin your life when you turned 20 and put you in debt. Well, I'm probably gonna get grounded after this bit, so you may not hear from me for a while. Anyway, here's the words I'm learning in middle school. Back to school edition. This week's word is cook. Why did Chris's face light up with excitement? Bro, I'm not making you any food. You have a kid now that you can groom to be your slave, so that you can continue to sit on your couch with your video games. By the way, does your couch have an imprint of your butt yet? No? Oh, that's surprising. Cooked is a way of describing something in an extremely negative way. Like Sarah and Lewis are so cooked now that my bestie Sophia is starting middle school this year. Or I'm so cooked. My dad went to orientation with me. I'm still confused why they didn't allow him in the school. Or Chris, Sarah, and Nick have been cooked since they let my dad con them into joining the stupid podcast. Anyways, that's all for me. Slay Queens!
Oh, she's
Aw.
in rare form this week.
I missed her.
We
was the
needed
best-
that.
She was the
Yeah.
best part of the show.
She was. Yeah. I did take her to see Deadpool. She did see Deadpool.
Really?
Wolverine.
Did she like it?
Yeah. She loved it.
Oh,
she
cool.
absolutely loved it.
That's
yeah.
that's alarming for a parent, I would think.
Right.
You hated that, right? No, I loved it. Do you want to do a 45-minute like review on the movie right now? Just an impromptu.
No, because there's a lot of people that still haven't seen it.
Wow, that was really mean.
Yeah, I'm not like Disneyverse that spoils the movie 1 week after.
Did
it's
they
been
talk
out.
about it?
Oh yeah.
I was against that, but I never
was
voiced my
on- yeah,
opinion.
you weren't there. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you talked about it. You were on the episode where they.
Yeah. So we did have like Abby's orientation today. It wasn't really orientation. It was like pick up your schedules, pick up your laptops, and meet the teachers. The only problem is none of her teachers were there today. They just not there.
Why?
They had like a training session. I'm like, who scheduled? Who did this schedule?
They get fired? Did they say gay, Scott?
They may have said gay, and then now they can't.
Now they're
they can't
disbarred
work there anymore.
for being a teacher.
Yeah, yeah. But it was just super weird. It was great because I was double booked today. I had the junk haulers coming to get all of our Amazon boxes. And
What?
so-
Wait, well, isn't
What?
that
Wait,
what?
Okay. So my wife has an Amazon shopping.
That's
addiction.
not that's not what I'm concerned about. I understand you have a lot of Amazon boxes. That was
Yeah.
you have a company that picks it up?
Yeah. Because if my
we-
wife does not, what?
We all have that company. It's called the Trash Man.
No. The trash people don't charge me $300 to haul off all of our junk.
No, it's free.
Right.
It's included.
Right, I understand this. So what happens is when we get all these Amazon boxes or a new furniture piece, there's all these boxes. And despite my Sarah, you know what I'm talking about. You have a pile of empty Amazon boxes somewhere, right?
No.
No, okay. So
Sorry.
instead of breaking down these boxes and then putting them in the recycle bin, they create a pile in the garage.
They create a pile. The boxes create a pile in the garage.
Well, they do
The
because they're
boxes go over there
They just-
themselves. and-
Well, okay, my wife creates.
Oh,
Yes.
gotcha.
Oh, is she a
So-
they? Is she a they them now? I'm so confused.
If
You
she
said
wants
they.
to be, no judgment. But the problem is, like, it would take if I broke down all these boxes and then put them in the recycle bin. At this point, because so many have been accumulated, it would take me about 5 weeks to clear it out. But unfortunately, we have the home inspector coming tomorrow because we switched insurance because Farmers is no longer in Florida, so we had to switch insurance. And so the insurance inspector is coming over tomorrow.
I thought
So
farmers predominantly lived in Florida, or they're people. Anyway,
No, we don't have a lot of farms here. You'd be surprised.
use farm children. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So yeah, so the junk haulers had to come over today to get all the boxes out. But I was also at the open house. So it was a very stressful day. But it was very nice that the teachers weren't there. We could get in, get out, and then continue on with our day.
That is the whitest thing I've ever heard in my life, Scott.
Of course, of course.
You could have just Venmoed me that $300 and then just got a thing called a box cutter, and they just cut down. You know what really works well too is just calling your parents up to come over, and they see all the boxes and they're like, "Where's your box cutter?" Works every time.
Well, my dad's in England, so that wouldn't.
That would not. Yeah.
I can't spend more than 35 seconds in my garage. It is so effing hot that I can't. It's a sauna.
God forbid.
Anyway, Sarah, what are you doing are you guys ready for back to school? The girls ready? Where are we at with that?
Well, they don't actually have meet the teacher and all that until Friday. So 2 days before school starts.
Your
And
kids got
I'll be
started on a Sunday?
working. Well, Saturday, Sunday. I'm not
So,
counting
okay.
Friday. It's like midday. So, you know.
Girl math, you don't count the day that you're in.
Okay, 2.5 days before
you go.
school starts.
Right.
Perfect. So, and I'm working. So that's kind of it for me. And then I get to pick them up Monday night and find out about how the first day went. but everything seems to be situated. They're at the theme parks all week this week.
Oh, nice.
So.
Are they excited?
Yes. For school, yes, very much
cool.
so. Yeah, I'm
Now-
scared, but they're excited.
When they're filling out their paperwork, because you get the first day of school paperwork, and it's really homework for the parents. Like the kids don't have homework the first day of school, the parents do, and you have to fill out all the home. What address are you going to put for your address?
Well, I'll be putting a new address on that because we did finally find a place.
Yay.
I know. Well, see, the sad part about that is actually we had our heart set on a house. We really, really, really wanted it. And because of some unforeseen circumstances, we had to wait to
Felony charge?
No, not that far.
Missed the phone call
But
while
there,
having
you know,
sex.
there was something there. No.
That would've been a
but
cool
we,
story.
it would have been. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'll try and
Lie
I'll
next
try
time.
and do. I will. I'll make more bad choices in life
Thank
to
you.
have more content. You're welcome. We actually waited a month to rescreen for this place that we really wanted, and we were looking online every single day to make sure it was still there, and finally called the property management. We were like, hey, we're ready, can we go ahead and do this? And they were like, yeah, sure, just reapply online. Okay, cool. So we go online, house is not available.
Oh my
We've been waiting for
That
a month
sucks.
and wasting all that time just to have it not be available for who knows how long. But apparently whoever takes care of Zillow is not who takes care of their website, so they don't keep it up to date. Yep.
You know, all jokes
But that's
aside, though, Sarah,
okay.
everything happens for a reason,
Correct.
except for probably
Yes.
genocide. I think that would. But anyway,
Well, you have to ask my ancestors. But we got second choice, so we're very happy about that.
That's awesome.
So, yes.
Hey.
The first choice is probably going to sink into a sinkhole, so you're good. The second choice is probably the better choice.
I hope so. Realistically, actually, when I was looking up about the property management group, I kept seeing things. Actually, the first Google search that came up was name of property management group and lawsuits. So probably a really good idea that we didn't go with that.
Yeah.
As well as like a bunch of TikTok links about how horrible they were. So I guess it kind of worked out. But the house was beautiful. It was stunning, but that's okay. That's for the future. I'll keep all that in mind when we buy a house.
But you're going to be in a house.
Yes, we're going to be
That's
in a
amazing.
house, and it's
In-
going to be 45 minutes closer to Orlando. So you're
That is the best
you're
news
welcome.
I've heard all day. The best news I've heard all day.
But just so you know, middle school starts like much later.
Oh yeah.
Like middle school starts when we would be at Disney.
So that means you can stay longer.
Well, we still have a kid that's in elementary school.
She can walk.
that's true.
No, she can't.
yeah, but
It builds
but
see,
character.
Oh, you
The
have to
first
take it-
house was the one
oh.
that's closer. I
So,
know.
wait. Now
Electric
I'm
scooters are
confused.
pretty cheap.
Plus, it's
Right.
2024. Are you guys really letting your kids just walk home and stuff?
Yes.
What?
No.
Okay.
No.
Abby jokes that she doesn't trust our neighborhood. Like literally, it's gated, and it's one of the safest neighborhoods in America.
The schools in your
No.
neighborhood? It's in the
Me,
gate?
no, but she walks home from the bus stop.
Oh, that's how that works.
Yeah, well, you know what? I've seen a lot of crime shows, okay? So anything's possible. And I'm saying that we all of us have beautiful girls. And,
Yes. So
life
okay.
is scary.
All right. So how far away from your house is the girls' school?
The longest is 10 minutes
But she's going to take the
to
bus.
the middle school. Yes, maybe.
Then-
I don't know.
Then you don't have to Then you can get to the parks earlier and stay later.
We'll see. We have to figure out logistics. This is the first time we've ever had an option for a school bus.
I
I
know.
mean, school bus doesn't come from Daytona.
That's
so,
true.
we're still trying to figure out this whole thing.
That's true.
Do your
We are gonna-
buses need seat belts?
No.
I don't know.
That's insane
No,
to me.
we don't have regulations.
That is
in Florida.
insane to me.
We don't have that either.
That is crazy.
We have train tracks. Like you can't have seatbelts because of the train tracks.
What?
You can't.
What are you
You
talking
can't,
about?
you can't have seatbelts on the bus because of the train.
What do you think?
tracks.
Trains are exclusive to Florida?
Listen, I don't make up the rules. They don't have seatbelts. I don't know what to tell you. It's not required. It just became required for backseat seatbelts like 3 years ago, or backseat seatbelts. Yeah,
Like your cars didn't have seatbelts? Oh, okay.
the backseat. Anyway.
No, but that was the thing in New Jersey too.
But,
Like,
but yeah, we can't read books about a drag queen. People are dying.
Forget about the
of
seatbelts on buses.
But the drag queens.
Keep those damn books out of the schools, though.
Now, Nick, Piper's starting kindergarten this year, right?
She's starting first grade, so thank you for
First
listening
grade.
to the episode last year where we
You
talked about
haven't
her
been
going
here
into
in 6
kindergarten.
months, Nick. I forgot who you were.
I forget. So.
That's because of the weed, Nick.
Oh, could be. Yeah, she starts first grade this year, which she's actually in a new building. So last year, the kindergarten was in like a completely separate building because they're building a new school. Our school's getting too big. So our new school is literally across the street from us. I can see pretty much the playground from my house.
Scott's like, nice.
Scott's not allowed to live that close. So we talked about letting her walk to school this year, and by walk I mean like us walking with her.
Okay.
Which would be fine because school doesn't start till 9 a.m. Last year she was on the bus at 7:15 a.m.
Ooh.
So that was very early for me because I like to sleep.
Feel that.
We're putting her on the bus this year. The bus ride is 2 minutes, so it looks like she's probably the last stop and the first one off. So, yeah, she's excited for it. She's going to be in the same building as my nephew and my niece this year, who
That's
starts
fun.
kindergarten. So it's a nice little family gathering, I guess, at school now too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, Nick, she's doing cheerleading?
She is doing cheerleading. So we did cheerleading last year for basketball season for the first time, which it was cute. She didn't know what she was doing. She was just screaming.
That's fine.
That's
Yeah.
usually what they do.
So now we're doing football cheerleading
Oh.
because I know absolutely nothing about football, and I have to go watch her cheerlead to this football team and stuff. So
I'll never forget when Michaela cheerleaded for like flag football, and the flag football games were so exciting that like my brother-in-law started coming every week so that we could watch the game, and like our team made it to the championship, so it was like at the high school.
That
It
is
was
awesome.
super exciting. Yeah, we created our own fantasy football league. Like you have the dads going, "Oh yeah, I got my running back out there."
It's like a stat recorder on the
No,
sidelines.
Exactly.
Are you allowed to bet on like little kids football games?
Don't ask,
Why
don't
not?
tell.
Okay. Yeah, it's Florida. Don't ask, don't tell. So it's her cheerleading team. It's first and second graders, and this year, I don't know if I was high. I was probably high. Let's be honest. And the committee for the sports ball league asked me if I wanted to help coach. So
Football?
I'm now not football.
That would have been interesting.
That would have been very interesting. Been
You
a
would've
whole
been the
different
DEI,
sport.
hire.
I would have been. Aw. So I am now the assistant coach of the first and second grade cheerleading
That
team.
is amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were gay.
That's a really good joke, Scott.
Yeah. It was a cute joke 45 minutes ago, and then I still called you out because
Listen,
not
I
not
gave
all
it a
male
s-
cheerleaders are gay, but yeah, I am.
I gave it a beat before I stole Chris's joke. He did not take advantage of it, so.
I would never make a joke about homosexuality, Scott.
So it's been a really fun. We've only had like 3 practices now, teaching them little chants and cheers, and I apparently am
Tell
in
me
charge.
you don't watch sports without telling me you don't watch sports. We're teaching them the chants.
Well, apparently we're supposed to do like a hello cheer to the other team. And my idea of a hello cheer is like, "Brr, it's cold in here." I don't know if that's appropriate for first and second grade or not.
But-
Let me ask
I
that.
don't understand the context.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so
Yeah,
Tell
I'm
me you're
gonna
straight
br- I'm
without
gonna-
tell me you're straight.
I'm gonna pretend
Bring
I
it, bring it
understand.
on. The movie Bring It On.
Oh, that is a really good movie.
I
I have to
got you.
rewatch
So
that.
straight.
Good movie.
Gosh.
Don't remember that
Oh
jam,
my
though.
gosh.
Wasn't there like 7 of those?
There was like a million of them.
Yeah.
It was like Kristen Dunst was in the first, so you should have watched that one.
I think the only thing there was more of in this world were
Delicious.
conflicts in the Middle East than Bring It On movies.
Apparently, we were watching different movies back then. So it's been a really amazing opportunity. The new challenge that I'm facing, or not really challenge, is a girl at practice last night. She looked at me and she looked at Piper and she's like, wait a minute, you're Piper's dad. And I was like, yeah. She's like, you guys don't have the same skin color. And it's kind of my first time
She
hearing
says,
that from
"Where
a
do you see
kid.
Piper's other dad?" I'm
Yeah,
really blow your mind.
he's very white. So I'm like, I've had it before. Piper and I have had discussions about her skin color, and I didn't know how to respond to a 6-year-old on this. I'm like, do I say, well, I've been trying to vacation a lot to get to that color, or do I tell her the truth that she's adopted?
I think
So-
next time, Nick, have some fun with it.
Yeah.
Have some fun with it. Just say you're albino.
Ooh.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just say that
But
this
at least
is what happens when Piper talked to a stranger. You know, to scare the shit out of the kid. They'll never talk to a stranger again.
Wow.
It'll be perfect.
and this is how you get fired from cheerleading coaching. But at least in Ohio,
That should be the goal, Chris. That should be the goal. Is to get him canceled. from
You could
Get
say
me.
you could also say something like, "Yeah, I'm not feeling so good. Do I look pale?"
I'll wear
Sarah,
less
you're
sunscreen.
pale. What would you say?
Oh, thanks.
I think Sarah's very tan.
Thanks. I put
I
it
got
on
you,
last
Sarah.
week. Appreciate it.
I'm gonna, yeah, I should be like, I'm gonna fire my spray tanner next time. So I mean, at least we're lucky in Ohio that I can say like she's adopted and she has 2 dads, unlike some other states in the country, Florida.
Right.
You're like, I'm just watching her.
So yeah, I don't know her. But
So what did you tell her?
that she's adopted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I told her the whole life story of adoption and everything. No, I kept it short.
Then you
just
had to
kept-
talk about how babies are made. It was this whole thing. You're
I
like,
kept it short and simple. I was like, if you have questions, ask your parents. What's really awesome too is there's another gay dad couple that have a daughter on our cheer team.
Oh,
So
cool.
It's awesome to see
That is cool.
more gay dads out there and diversity and all that. So
Why isn't he coaching?
they have 3 kids.
No excuses.
yeah.
No excuses.
Be a
Well,
better gay, Jesus.
Yeah, come on.
Scott had 3 kids, but he didn't know the first one. So
You guys ready to play Jersey Man, Florida Man?
Yeah.
I've been waiting
Yes.
forever.
Whether flipping a fan boat or crashing a fan boat or crashing a truck, these states are filled with people who suck. So it's time for us to play New Jersey Man versus Florida Man.
Every week, Game Master Ryan brings us 2 news stories. One is from Jersey, one is from Florida. It is up to us to determine which one is which. Take it away, Ryan.
Hey guys, this is Ryan coming to you from the No New Friends newsroom located this week at Hollywood Studios. I'm supposed to meet the whole gang here today to hang out. I just saw Lewis and Sarah over there at Starbucks. Sarah kept on forgetting what her order is, and they say weed doesn't have long-term effects. I wonder who's paying for that coffee for Sarah. I heard she's charging her kids for the lunches she makes for them before they go to school now. What's that noise? What is that noise?
Is that me?
Oh, it's Scott's mating call.
Oh, thank goodness.
Or maybe he's just playing charades with kids. Same thing. There he is over there peeking into the bushes at Indiana Jones. I guess it's okay to do that here, but not a middle school? Scott said he heard the whips over here and thought it might be hot Indy. Turns out it's just Rachel. She's cracking the whip after she heard about Scott buying drinks for Lewis and Sarah. Wow, Scott, is that your new ringtone? Really taking this fandom of Germany pretty far, aren't you?
Oh my God.
Who's calling you? Oh, it's Chris.
Oh,
Chris last week talked about how he had to go to flea markets to pick up brand name clothes.
it's true.
Now he just looks like he goes shopping and has fleas. Chris also mentioned that he used to get 2 lunches at school.
I did.
By the looks of him now, he looks like he's eating 3, maybe 4 lunches a day. I'm just glad Scott's not live streaming today. Did you know that Scott said that I was the one that inspired him to stream from the parks because I was there with the GoPro?
Yep.
Out of all the things I could have inspired you to do, lose weight, quit smoking, be a better person, not be racist, that's what I inspired you to do? I feel like I should publicly apologize. So while I find a way to go back in time and knock that GoPro out of past me's hands, let's get into this week's Florida Man or Jersey Man. And for our first story, a couple is caught after stealing $40,000 worth of jewelry from antique stores.
Oh,
And for our second story, a man crashes into a house after he follows his GPS.
okay. So we've got antique robbery or GPS crashing. Sarah, what are your thoughts?
GPS crashing Florida, because probably an old person.
Okay. Nick?
I completely agree. I was going to say old person, Florida, definitely.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to have a threesome with these two. I think that, but wait. No, wait a second. I saw Nick. I was like, I want to have sex. It's the I think the antique is Florida because when I think antiques, I think death, and Florida's probably. We have to look at the stats, but I'm pretty sure Florida probably has the most deaths per year because of old people.
Maybe.
I would think so, and COVID.
So I'm going to agree with you. I think we have a lot of antique stores in Florida. There's
Yeah.
a lot of old people that
Sure.
would die and then their
They do die. Yeah.
memorabilia or whatever would go to these antique shops. And then I think
Most of it is at my house, guys. Honestly.
I think the other one is Florida. Let's find out the answers.
So our first story is from Florida, where the Lee County Sheriff's Office launched an investigation after 2 thieves were caught on camera stealing nearly $40,000 worth of jewelry. A man and a woman stole 2 Rolex watches and several golden bracelets. I was in an antique store the other day, and I was thinking, you don't see a whole lot of old dishwashers. Then I realized there's a couple walking around shopping. So that means our second story is from New Jersey, where police are investigating an accident in which a driver claimed the GPS told him to ignore the end of the road and drive straight into a house, seriously injuring 2 people in the car. Scott was telling me that's why he keeps his GPS in a female voice. He said it's just easier to ignore. And in other news, Alaskan town celebrates the 4th of July by launching cars off a cliff. Are we sure this isn't just Asian drivers? I'm just kidding. Asians drive just fine. My grandfather was at Pearl Harbor. He says they can't land a plane worth a damn. Anyways, that's it for me this week, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
Oh my God. Listen, Pearl Harbor jokes are fine. It's September 11th jokes you can't make. Oh my God.
You know what's crazy is that Ryan's grandfather actually was at Pearl Harbor.
No. Was
Oh,
he?
that's not a joke.
Oh, wow.
The last joke was actually not a joke.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry I laughed.
Sorry for.
Thank you for your belated service. Speaking of thanking people for their service, so several weeks ago, we talked to everybody about the feud, if you will, between Eddie Deason and our old manager, or like the guy that got us the interviews, Steve Joyner.
Steven.
Yeah. Guys, things got really weird this week.
They did.
So,
That's putting
I
it
am-
lightly.
yeah, I'm scrolling on Facebook. Scroll. And I see a post thanking Steve Joyner for being such a great friend and a great publicist. R.I.P., my friend. Now you can be with your family. You will be missed.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And I'm like, oh my God, Steve died.
super dead, right?
Super dead.
We thought.
So my first instinct is I need to put it in the Discord that we're going to be doing an interview.
Actually,
Joyner.
the funniest thing was you put he died, and Darren was the first person to make that joke, which I thought was like father, like son. In all caps, not like, oh my gosh, what happened? In all caps, damn it, I had him booked for Wednesday.
That is a true story. That is a very true story.
Shout out Wiseman.
Yeah. So, very sad. Very sad.
Now,
So,
you know, is it sad? We don't know, because when you sent that to me, I saw it and I was like, wow, that's crazy. And then I saw who posted it, and the guy's name was Flawed Motif. Like, I don't know how reputable Flawed Motif is on this sort of stuff.
well, so I decide I'm going to do some investigation because this is too bizarre of a story.
Yeah.
To not pursue this a little bit more and just accept that Steve has died. So I reach out to someone who has worked with him in the past, and they've had a falling out. I'm like, hey,
Which one?
I say, which one?
right, which one?
That list is long.
That list is very long, but the one that I knew that would respond to me. So I said, hey, just out of curiosity, I just saw a Facebook post about Steve. Have you heard anything? Have you heard from him? And so he then texts me back and says, so I just tried to text him. Someone answered and said Steve is on life support. What? So, what is he? So is he alive? Is he
almost
dead? Is he
sadder.
engaged? Like, what is happening? Yeah, it's getting real weird. So then he says, but I called his wife, and his wife says, "Let it
Wait,
be."
Steve was married
Yes, at times.
and living with Eddie Deason?
Yes.
Okay.
It's an open
So then-
relationship.
So then he says that his wife said, "Don't contact Steve is don't contact us. Steve will be fine. Let it be." What? So 2 days go by, and I check back in with this person. I was like, "Hey, any updates?" And he's like, "Yeah." So him and I got into this huge fight yesterday.
Wait,
And I'm
wait,
like,
wait,
wait, what?
The guy texted you this.
Yes.
Okay.
We got into a huge fight yesterday, calling me all sorts of racial slurs, and my stepdaughter had to break it up or whatever. And then we hung up, and then later that afternoon, he asked me if I wanted to go into business with him running the PR company.
It's usually how business talks start.
Correct. to which I said yes, which was super bizarre. So, but then I decided not to, and I've cut all ties. So I'm like, wait, so he's alive? Like that like, I don't care about all the other stuff. Like, so
Right.
he's alive, right? And he goes, oh yeah, he's alive. Someone hacked his Facebook.
It's always the case. It's always the case, huh?
So it's so much confusion here. But Steve Joyner, I guess, is alive, and he's alive.
Yeah, I wouldn't say well. He's alive and unwell.
Yeah,
We should get him on the
but
podcast.
We should. But it did bring a couple days of comedy worth for us.
You know what, Scott? I don't know if it's the wine talking or not, but I think it'd be a really, really fun idea to get Steve on the podcast.
I agree, but the problem is I have no way to contact him.
Do you have his
because
number?
I do, but he does not have his phone right now because the FBI has confiscated his phone for a threat he made back in 2022.
We'll figure it out. I think we should ask him to come on the podcast to clear the
All
air.
right. Yeah, we should.
I think we should. We might end No New Friends and start a true crime podcast. I think. And
be
get.
good at this.
Yeah, I know. Like a very lighthearted, dark humor true crime podcast.
I love it. I love it.
This guy's not dead, but he could be on his way out. Let's talk to
Yeah.
Eddie Deason to get to the bottom of this. Well, I knew Steve.
But that's the funny thing is as we all thought he was dead, maybe we're like, I wonder, did the wife do it? Did Eddie do it?
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
We could be murders in the building. Only murders in the building.
We could be. But Steve Joyner, glad you're doing well.
Are you? Okay.
Chris, you got any Cliff Notes?
I do. Oh, I forgot I play the thing now.
Oh my God.
It's been quite the show. A lot of stuff's happened, so nothing can stop this little boy from recapping the day the Chris's Cliff's Notes way.
Save the day once again. So Abby talked about how Mary has made questionable parenting decisions. Other questionable decisions that she made are... Never mind, way too long of a list. Way too long. I'm just going to skip that one. Abby talked about what cooked means. Examples of what cooked means also includes Scott's sex life, Scott's metabolism, and Mary's job on this show. Scott said that the trash people don't charge him $300 to take trash away. Scott, the last time you talked to me about, quote, trash people, you told me you don't let them into your neighborhood.
Oh,
Oh, the
there it
trash
is.
man.
There it is.
Oh, never mind. Sorry. Scratch that. Alex, got that? Scott talked about Meet the Teacher night. Scott knows a lot about these meet and greet type events. When he moved to his neighborhood, by law, he had to notify all of his neighbors that he would now be living there. Sarah, congratulations. You finally got a house. And, you know, you say it was your second choice, but I guarantee you it's still a pretty solid house being second. Scott is a great husband, and he was only Rachel's seventh choice. A lot to look forward to.
Everything happens for a reason.
Scott talked about how Steve Joyner died and came back to life, died and came back to life. You talking about Steve Joyner or Joe Biden? And lastly, Ryan said that he saw a couple of dishwashers shopping at the antique store. Super racist of you, Ryan. Just wanted to say that. But Lewis, what were you doing at an antique store? And those are my clip notes.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Scott sent me that one.
I did not.
I mean, he would be there with me.
Exactly. See, wasn't even a joke.
Sorry, trying to think if there's anything else.
Shouldn't be. I mean, that's the end of the show.
Yeah, Chris, do you? So next week you're involved in the Biggest Loser competition.
Yeah. Oh, next week I have that meeting at 7:00, so might have to start at 8:30. It's 5.
Oh, okay.
The church is 5 minutes from me, and it's a 45-minute
Let you
meeting.
inside of a
apparently.
church?
getting my daughter baptized. We have to go to some church on baptism. So that's at 7:00. It's 5 minutes for me. If the priest wants to make small talk, it might last a little longer. I don't know. So next week, if you guys could, maybe we could start at 8:15, 8:30ish. But like I said,
That's
it's
pretty much what time we start.
Yeah, I
every
know.
Week is 8:15.
But like I said, it's 5 minutes from my house, so I don't see it being an issue. My mother-in-law is going to be watching the baby, so maybe my mother-in-law will come in and I'll ask her if she wants to.
That would be amazing.
She would
can ask us questions.
I think she'd probably love that.
Yeah, let's talk offline
All right,
about that.
all
I
right,
love
sounds
that.
good. I'll see her on Friday. I'll talk to her. I'll be like, hey, you want to make a little cameo on the show?
But next week you're going to talk about your Biggest Loser competition.
Yes,
that you're-
yeah, Biggest
that
Loser
you're doing.
competition. Yes.
Yes.
Weight loss, not being a loser.
Oh,
You actually, I don't get it because if you're the Biggest Loser, you're actually the winner. And in my case, it's the winner of a lump sum of money.
ooh. Well, I can't wait to hear about
Tune
that
in.
next week. Sarah, where can our listeners find you?
You can find me on the Instagram at Old Soul Thrift or on the TikTok at Super Sarah94.
Nick?
And you can find me on Instagram at Emotional Support Gay Nick and all social media platforms at Sandpiper Vacations. And while I'm speaking about it, there's some big news coming out this weekend from Disney at the D23 Expo. So I will be spilling the tea next week of all exciting things coming out from Disney.
Robert Downey Jr. is now going to be playing Mickey Mouse.
Spoiler alert.
Chris?
You can find me on Instagram at Chris Yob, on TikTok at Chris Yob NNF, where I might be posting my Biggest Loser vlogs. I think I might start doing that.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
And you can connect with us. All of our social media links are right there on our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. And in a couple months, we are going to be going through a name change. That's right. We are transitioning. We will be the No New Friends podcast, but we will identify as Parents Night Out, brought to you by the No New Friends podcast. Or by No New Friends, or whatever.
We'll
But
figure
anyway,
that part out later.
We'll figure that part out. Check out our website. All of our merch is there. You can join our clubhouse, become a friend with benefits for as low as $2 a month, get exclusive content, all sorts of giveaways, and all that good stuff. If you listen to us on Spotify or Apple, please make sure you give us a rating, a 5-star rating, and a review. That really helps us out. Also, watch us live on YouTube every single Wednesday about 8:15-ish Eastern Standard Time. Just follow us, No New Friends Podcast, on the YouTube. You'll get a notification. We're super funny. Sarah's cute. Nick's cute. Chris is fat. You can see us, and it'll be great for your mental health. Also, Sarah Lewis, Darren, and I sometimes go to the parks on a weekly basis, Wednesdays, Thursdays, I don't know, on the TikTok, so make sure you follow us there. On behalf of Game Master Ryan, Abby, our producer Alex, Nick, Sarah, Chris, I'm Scott. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye, bitches.
Nice. Good job, everybody.
That was good. I'm glad you're tickling the taint of our listeners about the name change.
Yeah.
I'll
And you're like
tickle the
fingering me, Chris, there?
Yeah, that was for you. I was glad you
I
noticed
figured.
that.
I figured.
Hey, everybody, thank you for watching. We had a really nice showing tonight. All
Yes, thank you.
all through the episode, too.
Just, I need more. Everybody, make sure you hit that thumbs up. That thumbs
Yeah,
up
if you could
really
hit the
helps us
thumbs
out.
up for us before we go offline, that'd be really great. If one lucky winner will win a live stream next week.
Yes, and okay, Dane, the story makes less sense now. How did his phone get taken? Okay, he's been in contact with Steve's wife, and I guess Steve now has a burner phone or whatever. It's a very complicated story. I didn't care. I just needed to know, is he dead or is he alive? I need some closure, not because I care, but because I'm nosy.
Yeah.
Well, we wanted to know how he died, too.
I started searching the
we
obits.
all assumed.
When I don't hear
that
for someone
happened.
for 2 weeks, probably like a week and a half, I start searching the obits.
I was
Does
trying
anybody
to
else
search
do
the
that?
obits, but
Does
he
anybody else
blocked
do
me
that?
on the obits too?
Sophisticated Gentleman didn't he ghosted us for about a week, and I started searching the obituaries, and that's not even a lie. Because like, how would I know? I don't know his parents. You know what I mean?
That's
How would I
true.
know? People die every day.
You'll see it on the news, I guess. That's why
Yeah.
you don't have to text you when you land.
Right. Exactly.
I'll still text you.
Lastly, what was I gonna say? I was just gonna say how much I love each and every one of you that watched tonight.
I know. I missed everybody. Sorry I wasn't here. I literally was vomiting all day last Wednesday.
So was I, but that was
But
from
not at night.
drinking.
Just during the
kidding.
day, you were vomiting that night.
It was.
Oh.
I could have been here at nighttime, just laying sideways.
If an employee doesn't show for a shift, or go, I start looking for mugshots.
He taught me that.
Same. Yep.
Yeah.
Same.
And I've actually found him. It was very exciting because you try and fail once in a while, but sometimes you're like, oh
Sometimes you get
wow,
Thanks,
there they
Charles.
are.
Speaking about mugshots, somebody just drop a Deason in the chat if you want to see Eddie Deason's mugshot. But someone's got to drop a Deason.
I
Oh,
love
sure.
that. Drop a
Sure.
Deason. Which chat did you put it in?
I'm gonna put it on the screen. Here's the one where he's arrested for burglary, but I gotta get a Deason in the chat first, so I'm not showing it.
While you're sharing that, I gotta pee real quick.
We'll probably be gone off of YouTube after
Okay.
by the time you get back. No one's dropping a D's in the chat, so I guess nobody. Okay. Jaws just said drop a D, so I guess that's good enough. Here is a mugshot of Eddie Deason
Where are you putting it in the Discord?
on the live stream.
Oh.
I'm showing on the live stream. Here's Eddie Deason was arrested in Maryland again, this time for burglary and trespassing back in 2022. 65 years old. He forced his way into a privately owned nursing facility and refused to leave when a woman told him to get out.
Ooh, Dane, let me know. I
Deason
want to watch.
also allegedly tried to break into a patient's room before being kicked out and arrested on property. Here he is. Deason was spotted on a neighbor's doorbell security footage and allegedly attempted to break in. Oh, here we go. Here's a quote. Eddie Deason is a fucking creep who comes into my work at least once a week, calls and asks for other servers for my schedule. And if he comes in, I'm not wearing makeup. He comes in and I'm not wearing makeup, he leaves. The waitress Cara Landsberg wrote on Twitter in June 21 with screenshots of Deason's all caps post about her. And this grown ass man who has balls to post. Wait, oh my gosh. Please tell me this is her tweet. Her tweet is still up. Oh my gosh.
Sarah, when did you tweet that? You didn't tell us.
I'm sorry.
Here is
My secret
Cara
account.
Lawsbury. I'm going to read this and we'll go offline. Eddie Deason is a fucking creep who comes to my work at least once a week, calls and asks for other service for my schedule. And if he comes in and I'm not wearing makeup, he leaves. So this is what Eddie Deason's Facebook status. Okay, please, give me your honest opinion on what I should do now. This is a rather long post, but please bear with it if you can. This happened a few days ago. Okay, I'll go to this local restaurant every Wednesday like clockwork. I have been going there every Wednesday for lunch for the past few months. There's a very nice waitress who works there. She is very sweet and kind, fun to talk to. However, this girl would wear these long false eyelashes and she looks incredibly beautiful and sexy with them on. Oh my gosh. This knockout girl would serve me my food. We would just chat a bit. I would leave her a $20 tip every week like clockwork. This happened. I would always also leave her a little note every week telling her she was beautiful and thanking her for being such a great waitress. Yes, I like to look at her. She was beautiful, but I never touched her, insulted her, or said anything crude or rude. Nothing like that ever happened. Okay, 12 days ago I go in and she wasn't there. It was a family emergency or some such thing. Okay, I understood that. I said I would be back on Friday. I came in on Friday and she was not wearing the long false eyelashes. Okay, I said I was going to come back on Sunday. I did. I came back on Sunday. Again, she was not wearing the false eyelashes last Wednesday, and I did not go in. The fun spell was over. Now, a few months ago, I had her as my waitress for the first time, and she was wearing the false eyelashes. I loved that. She looked so amazing. I left her a $20 tip. I came in again and she wasn't wearing them. I was honest. I told her how nice she was, but I liked her wearing the long fake eyelashes. I went back the next day and she was wearing them. She was 100% aware that I loved looking at her in the false eyelashes, and she always would wear them on Wednesdays. That became our day. I did not, as I said, go in last Wednesday. Now, what happened here? Am I a sexist? I liked looking at her with the long eyelashes. Is that really so awful? So mean? So sexist? Why? Okay, for any woman, let's say you were in a restaurant and there was a waiter who looked like Brad Pitt or George Clooney or Ryan Gosling. You would go in to eat, chat, and get some eye candy, right? So you go in there regularly and eat, right? It's pleasant checking out this gorgeous guy. Now let's say the same waiter came out one day looking slovenly, unkempt, dirty looking. Would you be disappointed, right? How exactly is this any different than my situation? I do believe we are spirits, and I do not like to objectify people. That said, I think there is a time and place for everything, and I believe every once in a while, men or women can just look at a member of the opposite sex as a sexual being. I know this seems to contradict what I just said. I do not want her to feel like an object. I did always make it a point to also tell her what a nice person she was and how nice of a personality she had. Do you think
You're
what
such
I
a nice person.
Do you think I did was strange or weird? Also, I'm not going back there. Do I owe her a note, a letter of explanation, or should I just end it off? She is, as I say, a kind person. I do not wish to hurt her in any way. Why would anybody think that? One last question to women. Do those fake eyelashes hurt to wear? Do they hurt your eyes to wear them? I am trying to figure out why she doesn't just wear them all the time. She's an absolute knockout with them. Objectify her? Well, why the devil does any woman put on makeup and try to look pretty every morning? Why is the makeup industry... As my female friend once told me, who do you think women get all dressed up and made up for every day? To look pretty for other women? No. It's to look nice for men. Mainly. Paraphrase, but this is essentially what she told me. I know as a guy I couldn't care less how I look for men, but I like to look at least presentable for women. You can call me names or say I'm a sexist or whatever. The above post is 100% true. I am honestly wondering what happened to ruin the nice weekly lunch I would enjoy. Do you think it is actually good? This all just ended? Any honest opinions are appreciated. That was bizarre. We're gonna have to look up this Facebook status and see the comments on that post. That was pretty great. I'm gonna have to search this girl's profile.
Eddie
too.
Dazan defriended me.
He did?
Did he really?
He's only friends with you,
Yeah,
with Scott.
me too.
Yeah.
I wonder why. Well, he probably goes through and purges some of his stuff.
People he doesn't remember.
Well, were you guys friends with Steve?
No.
No.
I think I was at one point, and then he
that's fine.
befriended me a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm still friends with Eddie.
Oh no,
Yeah,
Eddie's
you're the
my
one.
friend too. It says. No, yeah, it says friends.
Well, he remembers you.
Because it only says one mutual friend. Are we not friends?
Maybe we're not friends.
Yeah, no, I'm friends with Eddie. I'm gonna search his profile for fake eyelashes.
All right, I gotta get Piper to bed.
All
Ah,
let's
he
end the
deleted
YouTube
it.
Stream, shall we?
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that post. That was pretty great.
Yeah, I need to see her. Like, what's her take on everything?
Yeah, we should get her. We should bring her on.
I want to know why she's not wearing the damn eyelashes.
She tweets out once a month. Maybe I'll send her a DM.
Perfect. Get her on the podcast.
Yeah. Would you want her on the podcast? I'll reach out to her.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Love you guys. Thank you guys. See you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.